Alrighty, Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It is 8:30 Eastern Standard Time here in the AM. It is 10:30 p.m. in Tokyo. So, just shows you how the world is turning. The world turns. I don't know why they keep on talking about flat Earth, but anyway, as far as I can tell, it keeps on turning. So, what do we got this morning? As you can see right there, the dollar index it was a little down yesterday, nothing major, but it's still trying to lift up. Interesting. There's articles out there this morning talking about the bond vigilantes coming back to life to terrify the market. Good for them. Let's see what the bonds look like, and then we'll put up on Chicago Quant. We'll put up the dollar index with it. Yep, there it is. You can see when this is going down, down. That means that interest rates are going up. Nothing major. Just a trend, a very small, soft trend at the moment. Let's see, what do we got right here? Let's go to the dollar index now. Right there. And right there. And there's the dollar index. You can see yesterday it pushed down a little bit. And today it's almost flat, just unchanged. You see our math is curving. You can see here on Chicago, on J4X here, it's at 86 on the slow. At 87 on the fast. It's just above, just on the edges of the bull. And on the J4X, this functions as a 0 to 100, so it's trapped inside of an oscillation. Here you can see that wave. Oh, let me turn the chat line on. Twice I've went to do it, and twice I've went out into cloud 9. There we are. There we go. Now let's get Dukascopy up on the screen. And there we are. Upcoming stream. I am streaming, aren't I? Yeah, I am streaming. And so, there's Robin. There's Metho 2000. Yo, Metho, what's shaking? How about that? The, what do you call it? The natural gas. Perking its cute little head up. How about that? Maybe we'll go to $3 a cubic foot. And then I hope that doesn't mean that Europe's going to go to a $30 cubic foot, but last we looked it was still in the low 28s. But there we go. It's perking its little head up. We'll look at it anytime you care to. And that's the action we're seeing there. But on the dollar, the King dollar battling it out with King peso. That's the brick against the US dollar. King peso. That's the king of the bricks, the Mexican peso. All right. From let's see, what else can we say about the dollar? I guess that's about it, really. Because there it is on the screen. It's still in that weekly for the first week. This is the second week now on a weekly buy. So they're putting some pressure on the upside. Metho says I changed a lot of positions from nat gas to the vol index. Oh yeah, there's people are starting to drink the Kool-Aid. They think that you'd be better off just buying puts on the S&P 500 futures. You'll make more money, but maybe not. Let's think about that. So are you buying puts like way out there? Are you doing the futures contracts? Where is the VIX? Let's see where the VIX is. VIX. Oh, I got to open it up. That's what it is. So we'll go and open it up. Open Sesame. There it is right there. That's the Dow Jones Industrial Average having issues. Went into the weekly sell last week. And there's the VIX. Woo! VIX is trying to get into a buy today. How about that? Huh? And the weekly is very close. You got the fast moving up. That's kind of interesting. You got the slow moving up too, through the manifold, through the non-linear time manifold. Yes, indeed, the non-linear time manifold, an invention by Doc. And so that is that. Interesting. I think that's such a neat name. Non-linear time manifold. All right, and so just a crazy little topology head of mine. And you can see here it's trying to get into the buy. It's right on the edge. It's trying. At the 17s, no less. What are you doing? Starting to line up the futures contracts? Go buy the... remember, I guess the futures contracts are the best. You know, the options are... If you're going to buy options, you got to, like, you know, go out. Well, you know what? Being European options, it really messes with them. So, in other words, when it pops, the options don't pop. You know, that's the problem. Paul Henry! God, that sounds like a John Wayne name, you know? John Henry, there's a Paul Henry. It used to be there was a John Henry. There was a movie where he played John Henry. That's why I always think of Paul Henry as a cowboy. But that's more like the, hey, how you doing this morning? But that's more like the Count of Monte Cristo, really. All right. Yeah, so, oh, look at that. We got a green dot there, even. They just popped a green dot. So a little life is kicking into this. It'll be interesting to see this week if this is it starts doing its thing, you know. Let's see. Slowly, Doc. Right. You're speaking like an American. I will slow it down and not go motor mouth. I shall. All right. So anyway, yes, I guess the logic would be is just buy the futures contracts because that is what they will reach for. And if you try to do it in the options, you know, they'll discount them because they're not exercisable. And when something's not exercisable, it's worthless basically when it comes to it as a trading tool. I mean, you can use it at times, but if it's not exercisable, then the bigger money can basically sit back and just let it sit and not, you know, when it's exercisable, they can't. They got to be terrified that it'll get exercised. That's why that's why it's very clear that the Mexican peso is the king of the BRIC currency because it's the biggest and strongest currency in the BRICS. Yep. Exercise. Okay, from there let's go over to Mr. and Mrs. Euro and see what the Euro is doing this morning. We can check back with the VIX whenever you care for it, Metho. Yeah, June, and you can roll them too, I imagine. You know, there should be no problem. Is there? You know what? Let's see if I can find them. I want to see if there's a discount between, you know, what's the contango. Hey, Robin, why don't you take a peek, and I'll try to hunt it down also. Is there a contango to the back month from the front month? Let's see. I'm checking it out right now. See if I can get it up on the exchange and see. Right there. There we go. Yeah, contango risk. I like that, Paul. I like that. You speak like you swing. I do. I rock. I agree. What? The VIX. The VIX index future on CME. I'm trying to find it right now. Let's see. Indices. Yeah, that would be curious to see what the contango is. So it's quarterly or monthly? I would imagine it's quarterly, right? So they literally trade the VIX futures. Yeah, that's it. That would be, again, like I said before, they will discount moves until they can't. And when there's no exercise, the future should be able to exercise into the options. And if you could do that, then it would clean up the options. 2 points up. Yeah, well, yes, that's where we're at right now. You can see yesterday it settled at 17.12. Right now it's, oh no, wait a minute. It's trading at 17.62. So it's not really trading that much higher up from yesterday. Remember, they base the VIX options, the VIX future, off of the 6 options: the in-the-money call and put of the spider, the out-of-the-money call and put of the spider, and the at-the-money. So in the money, at the money, and out of the money. I'll say that again. In the money means that they're in the money. In other words, they're like, if it's the 16 call they would be looking at, and then the 18 put, that's in the money. And then at the money would be the 17 call and the 17 put, and then the out of the money would be, or just the out of the money would be the wings, like 19 call and 15 put. And that's what defines the VIX. Yeah. I'd imagine it has a decay rate. I don't even see information on it. In other words, they probably sell it at a premium, and then it falls down, and then I'd imagine the smartest trade, when you have this exercise problem, sometimes the smartest trade is the next. That's another question. I asked it to you before. Do they trade them quarterly, or are they trading them monthly? Because if they're trading them monthly, that means that they're playing with the back months as really the lead months, and the front months is something they can sell for premium. Yeah, but you're in a June contract now. Is there a July contract, or is there a? I guess it would be the SEP. Yeah, it would be the SEP, right? June, SEP, DEC, Feb. Henry says, "Hey Doc, I propose to you an experience or an experiment. Either one is cool. When will you have time to make it? Say it now. We'll do it. We'll talk about it. Whatever it is. Good. That's what we do here. This is a trading pit. Anything's possible. Till mid-June. What's the next contract? 2000. Is it July or is it September? And Paul, just describe whatever you want me to try to look up, and we'll look it up. Goes the June future, right? And what's the next one? What is the next future after June? Just an experience, sure. July. Okay, so that's monthly. Backwardization. Yeah, of course. That makes total sense. Because if I was still trading volatility with the way they abuse it, or let's put it this way, the way they trade it, not abuse it, since it's a European exercise. So then what happens is that you, and Henry, we can try anything. Monthly expense. You're playing into their hands. You got to be buying the back months and selling the front months. Because if it takes off, the back months will lift and the front months will be abused, I guess you could say. They're not going to be linear. They'll have because remember, you can't exercise it, and since you can't exercise it, they won't let it go up. They'll sell the hell out of it, and they'll buy the back months. It's risky, but no risk, no fun. No, I like money. I'm migrant labor. I like to pick money. I like to trade to make money, not trade to trade. And I've seen what they do with the options. So yeah, Paul, you can come up with anything and we'll try to go after it. That sounds good to me. I need the 30 the next month. 30? It's at 17 now. When's the last time it was at 30? Let's tighten it up on Chicago Quant, and you can take a look, and we'll put it up on. We're going to put it up on J4X too at the same time. So let's do this. Let's tighten it up here on Chicago Quant. The last time it was at 30 was back in March. Right there. So we went into a buy, and the puppy took off. Went into the buy in the low, 20. Went into the buy in the 22, and it ran to 30. Where did it run to? 30.85? Yeah, 30.85. Just wait for one of my daily buys. They rarely come in this product. And I mean, if you're gonna take risk, at least do it educatedly. See, the most money I have in silver and gold and NASDAQ. Okay. I know. I heard Tudor Jones. Paul kind of went after not you, Paul, the other Paul. Paul Tudor Jones. Paul went after. I forget who it was. It was talking about a crash. He said, "No, you're crazy." It was live on TV. Sounded like fun. Me likey when they fight on TV. Let the battle begin, you know. Well, let's put it this way. Are you short NASDAQ? Is that what that is? And long gold and silver, or are you long all three? Paul, you putting your thing together? We'll take a shot at it. Whatever it is, we'll take a shot at it. Long time long, okay. I give you an email and then describe you the experience you make it on a session. Okay. You saw our address, right? Here's where you can send the email. Let me give you where you can send the email. Oh, that's not right. I'm going to put it up on the screen where you can send an email. There we are. That's where you can send it to. You can send it to there. And there's the email, right? That's the website. And you can see in the left corner. We lit up the left corner. And that has the email is, I guess, in subscribe maybe? You can send over a question there. Is that where it's at, Robin? Where's our email at? Contact us box below. Do it through the contact us. There you go. Send it there. Okay. All the way down at the bottom. There we are. See that, Paul? Send the email there. And then that's the website. Okay. And we can do that. It's fine with me. Robin will make sure I see the email. Okay. Well, just send it over and we'll see from there. All right. Now, so where was it with Metho? Long time long. Okay. Well, that's why I guess you're holding on to the VIX futures. We'll see what they do with that. All right, from there, Let's see where we'll go from there. We will go to let's go take a look at the euro. See what the euro is up to this morning. And that's not that. Let's see right there. There's the euro, and as you can see here, it's trying to lift its head up. It's trying to lift a little bit. Let's put it up on J4X. Right there. You see it's been breaking down and moving down. You see the green line is at 12.17 and the yellow is at 11.306. So it's starting to try to turn up just like we are doing right here. Trying to that's not that right there on the daily right there. You see that we are trying to turn up. Let's do this right there. Let's go like that and go like, where's that cute little up thing right there? And you can see right there we're trying to do the same thing. It's trying to roll up, and when this goes through that, the number's bigger, then it's it's tells us that there's strength coming in, and the Hinky Ashki turns green. You know that you got strength coming into this product on a daily basis. Paul says, and me a message. I'm going to answer you in the next day. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Glad to help out. Let's see. As I sip my tea again. So where are we at? Oh yes, so that's the euro, and you can see the euro is trying to lift up. And as you saw, the bonds are going down in price, which means interest rates are rising, which is a little confusing. You can see the last 2 days, the euro is firmer against the dollar. It is firmer against the dollar. When it did that weekly sell though last week, which was somewhat of a surprise. Signed by Doc. Cool. Always glad to look at anything. I'm always curious to see what's going on. No problem at all. I'm a curious trader. All right, now from the euro, we'll go over to the British pound. See what the British pound is up to. Remember, traders, if you want to look at anything, we can stop what we're doing and go look at something else. I'm not uncomfortable jumping around like a rabbit. There's the pound. It's been pressuring itself down. And you can see 18 on the yellow line, almost 19, and 21 on the green. So it's trying to turn back up again. Let's look at it over on Chicago. Right there. Yeah, it's almost up to the zero line. Look, it's only minus 0.00036 now. And it didn't go into the weekly sell. It's still, let's move that line up right there. There's the zero line. And you can see it last week did not close in a weekly sell. It's still in a buy. The fast is underneath. Let's see how well, if it starts to turn up in here, this could get the fast to move back over to the zero line. So it's a big surprise. Okay. I'm curious. I'm always curious. Are you in New York or Chicago? No, I'm out in the farmland right now. Not in NYC. And not in Chicano. I'm out with the cows and the corn. That's where I am. Out with the cows and the corn. All right. GBP. What else can we say about GBP? I guess there's nothing really else to say. The fact that it's showing that good life, in other words, it's looking healthy. I was interesting how it supported itself in this area and is starting to turn again. That'll be interesting to see how they get that thing going. Let's see. Janile. Not sure what Janile is. Countryside. God's country. All right. From there, we go over to the Swiss. See what the Swiss is up to. And there it is right there, the Swiss franc. And you can see that's been very firm for a bunch of days. And the yellow line is at the 76, almost 77 area. And the same thing with the green line. So they're banging against each other at the highs. And let's put it up over on Chicano. Right there. There we are. You see it's trying to, last couple days it's been trying to move back down again. And it's through the zero line, as you can see right there, at minus 0.00029. It's just underneath now, breaking down. Just like this is trying to break down at the top of its range right there. And we did go into the weekly last week. Let's see what that does. I don't have much conviction about any of it at this point. In other words, I just think it's there's so much confusion. I'm also in a country, in France. Neat. Yeah, the cities are passé. They're the that's old school. That's the way I think about it. The cities are too. What's the word I'm looking for? Trying to think of it in French. Blisé? Yeah. I think it's the best way to describe it, blisé. And things have gotten weird in the cities. Too many people living on top of each other. Yep. Exactly. It's more of the country is savoir-faire. All right. From the Swiss, let's slide over to the yen. And it's hard to take the little squiggles here and there too serious. And the reason why is that we have the Secretary of Treasury here in the States not making any sense anymore. We have the Fed chairman not making any sense anymore. And obviously the president himself is, he's also out there in the ozone. He's also not making any sense. So when you have the leadership not making any sense anymore and everybody can see it, it's like the emperor with no clothes on. They keep on walking down the street telling us how beautiful the clothing they're wearing when in fact they are naked. So, all right, let's look at the yen. You can see the yen is firm again. Look at that. The yellow is 76 and the green is 91. So it's over. The green is over the yellow line, and that strength is still kicking out. Let's see what they're doing to it today. I think it was in a buy last I looked. Yeah, it went into the buy a few days ago, and it's not letting go. Now, I heard somebody. Oh, let's see if Carl wants to say hi. Ooh. Okay. On webinar. And so I heard somebody yesterday actually recommend what to do about the weak dollar. They said sell American stocks and buy Japanese stocks. This was on CNBC. I was like, what? I mean, I thought, wow, what a bold thing to say, And yeah, I mean, there's so much spin and twist that goes on in Bloomberg and CNBC and Reuters. They don't make any sense anymore. They just kind of ramble. Martha Stewart on Sports Illustrated in a swimsuit. Oh my God. Okay, cool. So, anyhow, let's see. So, Where are we at? Oh yes, I'm still confused. They just threw that up on the screen. Martha Stewart in a swimsuit on Sports Illustrated. Ah, talk about the world upside down. Well, I mean, I think she's a good-looking woman, so that's all right. It's fine with me. Anyhow, not very friendly though. Where are we at? Oh yes. So yes, looking at the yen. The yen keeps on climbing when I don't think it's supposed to. That's the weird part out of it all. Oh, Paul says this moment yen is going very down. Yeah, it's losing against the dollar, and obviously that is a good time usually to buy when it's going down, but something seems a little odd about the whole thing. It just does. I'm not sure if it's because they've got a new chairman of the Bank of Japan or what, but something seems a little off out of it all. So now, what do we got here? We have from the yen. Let me think. From there, we go over to the Turkish lira, right there. Turkish lira is kind of chill. I guess they're waiting for the election to resolve itself. I think that's what it comes to. That's what I think it comes down to, is that they need that election won't be until next Sunday. So 12 days from now, two Sundays from now. And let me think, what else? What else can we say about that? I guess it's about it with the yen. All right, so there is the Turkish lira. Let's put it up on. This is the Euro Turkish lira. We're going to put that up on J4X too. Right there. And you can see that's holding pretty well. That is. And what else can we say about the Turkish lira? I guess nothing else really. We have to wait for the next part of the election to be resolved. All right. Now, let's go over to, we talked about it a little earlier, the King Mexican peso. This is the top brick. Look at the way it's gaining against the dollar. Let's put it up over here on Chicago Quant. Right there. It's been gaining against the dollar really well. If you want to trade against the dollar, buy pesos. I wouldn't fool around with the Japanese stocks at this point. I would think not unless you're buying. If you buy stocks, buy puts and sell calls. That's the only way I would do it over in Japan. But in this case here, if you're really looking for a good alternative, this is the king of the BRICS, the Mexican peso. So look at the way it's gaining against the dollar there. When it goes down, it's gaining against the dollar. And you can see they've made another new low yesterday. And we've been in that daily sell since right here. And, one day this thing will probably be like, we'll go like euro. And then we'll probably go to Mexican peso and then go to British pound. Because this is going to be the king of the BRICS. And so then, as you can see there, the weekly's been in a weekly sell on the slow from here. And from here in the fast, this week it went into it right up in here. Went into the sell in the fast and has stayed there. It didn't bounce up with the slow. And got up right up to the zero line. Let's move that line down. Right there. Got right up to the edge and failed. So this is the king Mexican peso. This is like, at this point, if you're one of those who believe in the BRICS, buy the peso. Peso's the #1 brick. One day they'll have the index, and this thing will be like 55% of the index, just the way the euro is on the dollar index. This will be the bulwark, or the strength, the powerhouse of the brick. All right. From there, we slide over to the Canadian dollar, and we look at natural gas, and we look at crude, actual raw crude. So you can see here, as it's going down these last 2 days, we have to assume that oil has been going up, and we're actually flirting with a daily sell as we speak. And you can see we were in a weekly buy from last week, and we still are now, but the fast is rolled over. And now let's go over to here and put oil up there. There it is right there. And you can see the yellow line is trading in the 36s, and the green line is in the 27s. So it's telling you that the pressure is on there, which is odd. You would think. Now you can see it's up today, but I could have sworn, I thought we closed in a buy. No, we didn't close in a buy. Let's see if we can find it on our work here. So it's showing us that it's sideways right now and up a little bit. It's firm. And let's look at it over here on Chicago Quant. Right there, there's the spot. Yeah, it was up yesterday, but didn't make it into the buy. It was very close. And it's trying a little bit here today. It's still in the red. We got a green and a red. You can see on J4X we've got the green and a red. And you can see the line is trying to get through the zero line. But in this case, it's doing the same thing. It's below it. So it's a 28 down here on the green line. And at 37, almost 36.99. There it is, 37.02, 37.09. So it's higher than the green line. So the strength is not kicking out yet in the oil sector. Oh, what do we got here? Paul Henry says, I leave you because I have people at home. See you later, everybody. Bye. Thank you, Paul. And we'll take a look at the email. Have a good day now, or good afternoon. Bonsoir. Or, not bonsoir. Ta-ta. Let's see. From the crude, I'm a little surprised because when we go back to the Canadian itself, let's do that right here. And there it is right there. We'll see how this goes throughout the day. And if oil is breaking away, that'll be interesting. Look at that. It's getting firmer as we speak. So the Canadian is telling us, is pointing the way. It's the way. It is the way. Yeah, it's trying to get up. Get up and go. What's today's high? 79. 71.79, and it's trading at 28, 27, 26. Bouncing around in that area. And the line is trying to flatten out. It's only a minus 0.0809. Just on the edge of breaking through the plus. But we're in that weekly sell for a while now. Let's do this. Let's just jump a little bit deeper and go out 3 months. See the back month. Same situation. Both in the sells, the pressure's on. It doesn't want to let go. That type of thing. All right, and then from there we're going to go to gold. There's gold. And you can see gold is trying to lift up. It's a green and a red. It's still through the zero line. We went into the weekly sell last week. Not sure where it's right there. There it is. The weekly sell right there last week. And the where's it at? Right there. There it is. And then from there, is that right? It's almost looking like it didn't make it, did it? The green line is a 1. So it didn't go into the weekly sell. It's right on the edge. I'm going to move that over like that. Still in the weekly buy. Okay, it's still in the weekly buy. We'll have to go back and check all this math, make sure there's not like a wild, crazy Ivan in there or anything like that. So I'll just leave it like that for the time being. Here we go over to the South African Rand. Let's see what the South African Rand looks like. Right there. Now it was down. It was firmer against the dollar yesterday. It's unchanged today. You know, it made some. I'm surprised that gold didn't fall further. I guess this must be all the political haircut still. So when we go back to gold, you can see that the problems. You know, it's been sideways for a bunch of days and not really going anywhere. So a lot of that noise we're seeing in the South African Rand is all part of that political turmoil that's going on down there right now. So, all right. Now from there, I guess we can drift over, since we're in the metals complex. Let's take a look at silver. Yeah, let's go like this. Go like that. Like that. And there's silver. You can see silver is just fighting to stay underneath in the sell. That went into the sell last week very comfortably. A tad surprising in some aspects, but overall, it's been, the silver complex is really, really trapped inside the fantasy of the Federal Reserve and the central bank and all that stuff. You know, it really is. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me price-wise. It makes a lot of sense to me if you're trying to keep stability, and the objective is to not, hurt funds and retirement funds and hedge funds and mutual funds and all that other stuff. If you're not, trying to damage them, then it makes all the sense in the world. That's the way I look at it. But if when you look at the reality of all the craziness that's going on, then you say, no, these things are way underpriced. And so physical is obviously way more important than contracts traded on an exchange. And we've talked about this too. The contango in the metals complex is really dramatic when it comes to gold. It's not anywhere near. It's trading at all-time highs. A year and a half, 2 years out, it's trading at all-time highs. And then I think like next year June is like over all-time highs. It's like that. It's the futures contract. They do that contango thing. I just want to look at gold again because I got the exchange one up, and I want to see if there's anything that doesn't make any sense here. So that went down. That looked great. I see what the problem is. Okay. I'm starting to spot it now. Yeah. It's the ninth is screwy. The ninth is screwy. That is, the 11th is okay. That's okay. The 12th. Let me just double check the 12th. Yeah, the 12th is okay. And Monday was okay. It's fine. Okay. Yeah, so it's this one right there, the 9th. We'll have to fix that. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to do that right now so we all can see it at the same time. There it is. And then let's go to... There it is. Yeah, it's definitely... It's the 9th. It's not making any sense. Let me fix the 9th and then see what happens from there. All right, 9th. That's what the problem is. And then, that's right. And was the settlement right? The settlement's wrong too. Okay. There we are. There we go. Now let's see if it straightens that out more. Yeah, that's why it's pushing through the buy there. That makes more sense. Something's wrong there now. Let's double check that again. Edit. Load. Let's just take, what was that? Take that one out of there. There we are. That's better. Better. There we go. There we go. That makes more sense. It's just on the edge of getting into the buy, and that straightened it out. And let's just take a look at the weekly again. No, not that. Right there. Close. Is it minus now? No, it's still not minus. Okay, so good. So we trust that now. It's not in a sell, but it is flirting with a sell as we speak. That's what it comes down to. There we are. Like that. And we can move this line over and make it a dotted line in case it doesn't go into the sell. There we are. Now let's save that. Now I feel better. Save workspace, and we'll park it and fix it. Done. Okay, there we are. There we are. Okay. Now I feel better. All right, from there, where do we go from there, traders? We're looking at copper. Let's see what copper is doing. Copper was trying to get into the buy here this morning. They really smacked that down. China is showing a lot of issues, financially. I saw another statement this morning. I've seen something. It's just that they're not growing. That's the problem. Is that the American economy is not growing. So of course the Chinese economy is not going to grow. Why anybody ever finds that to be odd, I don't know. But they keep on thinking that they were all excited, in the news media over the last 4 or 5 months. Oh, China's going to open again. It's going to lift the world up. It's like, no, China doesn't lift the world up. It doesn't work that way. And I don't know why they think it does. China is not growing, and they're all surprised. They're like, wait a minute, something's wrong here. Why isn't China lifting us up? It's like they never lift us up. I don't know why they would think that it would. They don't even have a currency. How can they lift us up? If they had a currency, then they would be out spending money, and then they could lift us up. But they don't have a currency like that. They have a fixed exchange rate. Why people keep on trying to pretend something that isn't, I don't get. Freestyle martial arts. Cool. Okay. So, that is one of my complaints all the time. I don't understand why they want to constantly pretend something that doesn't exist. All right, let's go over to platinum and see what they're doing with platinum. You can see right there, platinum is threatening the weekly sell, and it's been in a daily sell for a few days here now. Not really going anywhere. Just like gold, not going anywhere. And that's probably because there's more common sense in many ways than people want to admit. They all know that gold should be way higher than what it is. And I mean 4,000, 5,000 an ounce. Not 2,000 an ounce. It's absurd when you talk about a world economy that has only one superpower at this point, and the rest of them are bankrupt. So I mean, it's really, you would think that the metals would be the alternative, but then that would make it hard for everybody else in the world, the governments themselves, to be able to abuse the printing presses, making assets out of thin air, basically. All right, from there we go over to, that's it for the metals. Let's go over to the energies. And so we saw that the contango is not even going, look at crude. 71.22, we were looking at it at 71.26 and 27. when we were looking at the South African rand, and then we went and looked at the back month, and it's discounted by about 50 some odd cents still, and not in a buy, and supposedly the Americans are trying to buy 3 million barrels somewhere. I don't understand why they just don't go out and drill for it. And then from there, let's put this. Let's put Brent up on the screen here. Is that Brent? Yeah, that's Brent right there, and Brent is trying to pop up. They're trying to put some life into it, and but overall, it's just a real sloppy action. Now the yellow line is at 39. The green line at 32. It's not really in a buy yet unless the green line gets through the yellow line. So it's just flirting right now with some strength this morning. And then we go over to natural gas. And let's see what natural gas looks like. Where's it at? Natural gas. There's the Spanish one. There it is, right above the oil. And so you can see natural gas trading at $2.40, 42 cents a cubic foot. Over here on Chicago Quant, you can see the same thing, $2.42 right there on the corner. And you can see this is the third day in a buy, showing strength, playing with the weekly. I'm glad you put that thing up yesterday on Twitter, Robin. And so you can see that strength right there. It's still popping up. And from there, we slide over to Spain. Try to get a flavor of what is going on in Europe around I guess it's about $28.40, something like that, a cubic foot in Europe. See what this says in Spain. Yeah, 41s are offered. Okay. So, here in the States it's $2.40, and in Europe it's $28.40 basically. That's a great arbitrage, incredible arbitrage. You got to imagine that's going to go away soon. Where there's demand, supply will be found. So I would imagine. I know that they signed a deal with the Israelis because of their natural gas, and it's probably going to be, over the next 6 to 9 months. You would think, after next winter, for sure it's got to start to break down. But right now, they're just, it's still up. I'm not even sure. I don't even understand how, when they could ship all this stuff by boats and pay, $8, 3 times or 4 times what we pay in the States, not 13 times more. That's an incredible punishment for those in Europe. Again, broken economies. That's pretty much a lot of the economies in Europe are broken. And that's why the zloty is so strong. When you look at the zloty, the Polish currency against the euro, it's like a rock. It's so solid compared to the rest of them. And I think the Bulgarian, I'm not sure if Bulgaria has a currency or not, but they're doing pretty well too. And so is Hungary and Slovakia and the Czech Republic. All the old Eastern European Soviet states that have now become capitalists are doing fine. I know Romania is using the euro, so they're kind of trapped into that inflation. All right, let's see. So that pretty much finishes up the energy. Let's leave it with stock indices. Let's see what they're doing with the S&P 500. Down at the lows of the day, as you can see right there's the low of the day. The low was 135.25. We're trading at 137. 25s are offered, is it? I'm trying to find the bid and offer. But yeah, it's just underneath. It's just a couple handles away. And the pressure's on. It's in a sell there for 4 bars since here. So it hasn't gone too far, let's put it that way. Same thing here. It's been in a sell for 5 bars since up in here in the 40 area. Again, hasn't gone anywhere from it. It's gone up, it's gone down. It's just drifting, All right. Oh, and Bitcoin went into a daily buy yesterday. Let's see where Bitcoin is. See if we can find it here. and then we'll get out of here. That needs to be fixed because it closed in a daily buy yesterday, and I even took a picture of it because I hate how it gets adjusted like that at times. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? It is. Where's Bitcoin? There it is. Darn, I didn't take a picture of it in time. Thought I did. All right. Anyhow, it did close in a daily buy. I just have to fix this thing here. That doesn't make any sense for yesterday. All right. This is Doc from North America. And we will be seeing you all tomorrow on Happy Hump Day Wednesday. So, happy trails to you until we meet again tomorrow. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, traders. Have a good and successful day.